All right. Good evening, guests and fellow Toastmasters. A warm welcome to meeting number 241 of the Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. I'm Jesh. I'll be the at arms for the day. So I'm sure you are as excited as I am for this exclusive meeting. The meeting will be blocked for 2 hours and you are expected to stay for the entire duration. I would like to begin by stating the mission statement for Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. So we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So before we start the meeting, I would just like to highlight some few points just to maintain the some hygiene factors for this meeting. So your video should be on and the audio should be off. Audio should be only on when you are called to speak or you need to speak regarding the topics of sex, religion, politics. Even though Toastmasters International does not put any restrictions on speaking on these topics, at the club, we will request all speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. I also urge to be cognizant of the fact that we as a club practice diversity and inclusion in letter and spirit, hence ensuring that no sexist, racist, or any undertones that create hostility or discomfort for members or other guests for this meeting. So let me now call upon today's acting presiding officer, Toastmaster Smoothie. Toastmaster Smoothie, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jayesh. Can we please hear it for Toastmaster Jayesh for helping us start the meeting and a sincere acknowledgement to each and everyone present in this particular meeting for your patience, which is a crucial part of our life, for your patiently waiting till we get started. That's the very beautiful arrangement of a Toastmasters meeting. Can you expect this situation or this reaction in a corporate arrangement? I never come across the same. Can you expect the same even in a family situation? Not at all. I mean, I cannot even imagine that people are there. They're just waiting with very humble expression without judging each and everyone who is the other person in this particular room, where you know things are not sorted, but you can only expect the same. And I think you can all agree with me, and with your beautiful smile smirks, I also get this vibe that you all go through such situation in your personal life, professional life too. But that's the beauty of Toastmasters. What exactly is this particular platform? It is a platform where I came across with quite surprisingly, it came to my life that how people can come together with an intent to, of course, participate, but with an intent wherein we are just encouraging the other person in this particular room. We are hooting for that person. We are silently whispering, don't worry, we are there. We'll just make it happen. That you can only witness in a Toastmasters club, a club, not only this club, the community all put together. 100 plus years of legacy started in 1924 by Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, a visionary leader who thought of only starting a speaking club. And look where we have reached. That is because of the values, because of the structure, and because of the self paced learning arrangement which Toastmasters offers. Welcome each and everyone to another beautiful meeting of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. For your insights, it is only because of the members, the leadership positions which people are contributing in this particular club and in this particular district, and also because of visiting Toastmasters, this club has achieved the distinguished status this program year. In the program year, in Toastmaster, the program year starts from July 1st and it ends with June. And it takes a lot to make a club distinguished, but distinguished not a status. Distinguished is a reflection that people are working. Did you notice the number 241? The 241, that's a huge number. Imagine since when the club has started and decided to arrange a meeting. And it never failed, be it like 2 member, 5 member, or 10 member. It it is because of these contributions we are here. And definitely, it's a Sunday evening. People decided to show up here so that we can spend some mindful time in productive conversation and go back to the rest of our life. Now, Toastmasters meeting arrangement has been structured in a way where you will have prepared speeches, you will have table topic and general evaluation. Prepared speeches comes with pathways. There are 6 defined pathways at present and 2 vintage pathways which are available in Basecamp. A member can opt for any particular path, go through certain levels and project to complete the same. Now, the table topic is the impromptu speaking segment where we get a table topic master who challenges us with a lot of creativity and a lot of creative questions. We show up there, present our thoughts in fraction of seconds and ensure that we are speaking quality. And third segment is a general evaluation segment where we have an invigilator for the entire meeting. The person comes to ensure that the meeting is running, if not smooth, then what are the areas where we need to work upon? And not only that, remember it is not a personal and professional arrangement where some boss or fufaji will come to complain or crib. This person will come to educate us well, to also let us know, even if in a difficult situation, how we managed it. That's the crucial role of a general evaluator. Today, we are blessed to have Toastmaster Priya as our general evaluator for this particular meeting. Toastmaster Priya is someone who has joined Toastmasters fraternity close to a year back. Not even exactly a year, but a year back. And the day she joined, I know her from day one. The beautiful part about Toastmaster Priya is her humble nature and always keen for learning things. Even if you don't know how to manage something or do something, she will never say no. She will be like, let me try this. And the beautiful line is, teach me this and let me understand the process. And she tried to give her best in attempting the same. And at the same time, you are going to witness someone who is a poet, a writer, is known for her Spotify series and her book as well, titled Soulful Scroll, where she expresses life, its meaning, and a lot of aspects in her own words. And yeah, as the name suggests, Soulful Scroll, quite soul worthy reading. If you get some time, do go and visit either Amazon or Spotify to experience the same. Now, may I humbly request Toastmaster Priya to please take the stage and help us understand the general evaluator's role in a Toastmasters meeting. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day and Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Smriti, for that warm and very beautiful, encouraging introduction. As the General Evaluator for today's meeting, I will be closely observing everyone during this meeting and every role taker to know what are the good aspects, what are the areas where we still need to work upon, and to help me do this entire mammoth task of observing very closely what went well and what needs to be worked upon. I have with me a very crucial uh, companion who is the timer for today's meeting. Time is of essence in every Toastmaster meeting because every role has to be completed within a certain time frame, be it a speaker, evaluator, or even the general evaluator, the Toastmaster of the day. So the timer for today's meeting is none other than Toastmaster Smriti. She has been generous enough to take up so many multiple roles in today's meeting. Toastmaster Smriti Sagarika Mohanty does not need much of an introduction. She is a very renowned member in the Toastmaster fraternity, if I may be allowed to say that. Professionally, she's a certified soft skills trainer, mentorship specialist, training content creator, and a seasoned B2B enterprise sales professional with more than a decade of experience. Her Toastmasters journey reflects leadership with purpose in serving key leadership roles, whether it is at the district level, club level, or at the area level. She has done many leadership roles like a club coach, club mentor, and a distinguished area director. She is currently on her sixth pathway, which is a beautiful journey, and it's wonderful watching her. Each of her speeches, every role that she takes up, I think it is really something to learn from and take away. So, with that, I'd like to invite her to share with us the rules of the timer. Over to you, Toastmasters Smriti.
Thank you so much once again, Toastmaster Priya. Well, today we will have quite rapid fire with respect to the timing because we have one prepared speech. The speech is of 5 to 7 minutes. I will change my Zoom background with colors. So, Zishan, you will see the green card at 5, the yellow card at 6, and the red card at 7 minutes. In a prepared speech, we get 30-second grace period on either side. So even if you speak for 4 minutes 30 seconds or 7 minutes 30 seconds, you are qualified. And what do you mean by qualification here? Well, we are not eligible or even we are not qualifying you for any particular podium. But when it comes to a contest, especially a speech contest, that's how TI define the qualifying criteria. Second, we have the table topic. Today, the table topic master is Mamta, and for the table topic, she will offer us 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, you will see the green card, at 1.5 the yellow, and the red card will be shown at 2 minutes. Now, interesting part in table topic, 30-second grace period is offered only at the maximum limit, which means we have to speak minimum for 1 minute, and by 2:30 we have to wrap the segment. Now again, a very important aspect, once the time is up, no indication will be offered to you, so we have to be vigilant and wrap our segment within the set time. For evaluation, the evaluator will receive 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes the green card will be shown, 2.5 yellow, and 3 minutes the red card will be shown. Like prepared speech, even the evaluation speech gets 30 seconds grace period on both sides. So even though the evaluator is evaluating for 1 minute 30 and 1 minute 30 and 3:30, the speaker this is qualified for the evaluation speech contest. That's it. I'll come back with my consolidated report towards the last leg of the meeting. Toastmaster Priya, I'll also paste the word and let me read it out actually. So I'll paste the word in this particular meeting chat room. So while we speak today, we will try to galvanize, which is the word of the day. Galvanize, which means to inspire, or you can say to shock someone in taking an action. So try to use the word mindfully and let's see what is the maximum extent to which we are utilizing this particular word. The examples will be there for you in this particular chat. So I wish you all the best. Stick to the time, use the word galvanize. Toastmaster Priya, over to you now.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smriti, for sharing the word of the day and for a crisp and detailed explanation of the timer rules for each segment. And with that, I would like to hand over the virtual stage back to our Toastmaster of the day to take the meeting forward. I'll come back with my evaluation report at the end and will also introduce the evaluator for this prepared speeches later on in the segment. Thank you very much. Look forward to each one of you all. Get set, ready and go to galvanize and be there to inspire each one of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Priya. Can we please hear it for her? When you have a small gathering, you know what the best part? You just keep on praising each other. People for taking up role, people for showing up, people for saying beautiful words. Well, that's how you galvanize the other person rather, either to take up something or to show up and to ensure that we are moving forward. With Toastmasters meeting, we try to bring and discuss about one particular theme. But why one particular theme? Today, let's first hear from Zishan because he's waiting for his speech to get delivered and evaluated. After that, we'll definitely come back and discuss a lot about whatever we want to discuss. Now, here, as I mentioned in the initial part, Toastmasters International offers 6 pathway and 2 vintage pathway at present. Now, Zishan is on his path of presentation mastery, where the project is about persuasive speaking. The level is third, and the first project he is going to attempt for level 3. Now, let me quickly read the project objective here. The purpose of this particular project is for the member to understand the types of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech at a club meeting. All the best, Zishan, for this particular speech. Here, again, the speech will be for 5 to 7 minutes. Here comes the speech title, Zishan. Choose kindness before it's too late. Choose kindness before it's too late. Zishan, over to you.
A very good evening, honored Toastmasters and dear guest. If I told you that someone you love would leave this world tomorrow, what would you do today? Would you call them? Would you spend more time with them? Or would you try to apologize them for an old argument? But here's a strange thing. We don't know how much time we have or if we will be meeting them tomorrow or not. And yet we live as if tomorrow is guaranteed. We postpone conversation, we hold grudges, we chose anger over understanding. And sometimes we hurt people we care about. But why is that? Because deep down, we assume that there will always be another chance. But life doesn't always give us another chance. One lesson life has taught me is that it is incredibly unpredictable. Everything can seem normal one moment and completely be different the next. A person can be laughing today and gone tomorrow. A friendship can end unexpectedly. A family member can become a memory, a life can change in a split second. When I began to understand this, it changed the way I look at people. I started asking myself a simple question. If life is so fragile, why are we making it harder for each other every day? Why are we so quick to judge, so quick to criticize, and so slow to be kind? The world today often feels divided. People argue over opinions, fight over differences, and decide who belongs and who doesn't. Sometimes it feels as if being harsh has become easier than being compassionate. There is a line of a song that I really like, and it goes like, bandages don't fix bullet holes, you say sorry just for show. Now, everyone knows that if someone is shot by a bullet, that wound cannot be fixed by a bandage. So, what does this line mean? Well, these words are used as metaphors that, and it means that the harsh words that we use to our loved ones acts as bullets to them, and it really hurt them, and those feelings cannot be just fixed by a mere simple sorry. These feelings reside in the heart, and it takes a long time to overcome that pain. And people don't choose kindness, wherein kindness is not weakness, kindness is strength. It takes strength to be patient when you are frustrated. It takes strength to forgive when you are hurt. It takes strength to help someone when you gain nothing in return. And yet, those small acts are often the things people remember forever. I've learned another important lesson throughout my struggles. There are things in life that we simply cannot control. No matter how hard we try, how much we worry, or how much we plan, some things remain outside our control. When you realize this, something interesting happens. When you begin to understand what truly matters is not the perfect grades, not winning every argument. What matters is how we treat people. What matters is the love we share. What matters is the impact we leave behind, because years from now, no one will remember what mistakes I have done or what marks have I scored, but people will remember how I made them feel. They will remember my kindness. They will remember how I listened to them, how I cared for them. I joined the Toastmasters because I wanted confidence. And yes, Toastmasters helped me become more confident. But it also taught me something else. Every person in this room has a story where there are struggles we may never see. The confident person, the quiet person, the successful person. Everyone is fighting a battle we know nothing about. That realization made me more compassionate, because we never truly know what another person is going through. And we should learn to put our feet in someone else's shoes before judging them. Today, I want to galvanize you to do something very simple. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Yes, this very day. Go, send that message, make that phone call, say thank you, say sorry. Encourage someone, help someone, be a little more kind, more patient. Because one day there will come a moment when we wish we had one more opportunity, one more conversation, one more warm hug, one more chance to show someone we cared. And by then, it may be too late, my dearest. So let us not wait. Let us not assume we have forever, because forever after only happens in Disney movies. Life is unpredictable. Time is precious and kindness costs nothing. So I'll suggest to please choose kindness while you still have the chance. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Can we please hear it for Zishan? And what a galvanized voice you have, Zishan. You indeed moved me in particular. And kudos. So let's start from Zishan. Zishan, though your speech was entirely about kindness, and we have already started the meeting. May I know a bit about you, that where you come from, and what made you join Toastmasters and why you are here in this particular meeting?
All right. So once again, good evening, one and all. I come from the holy city of Prayagraj, and when I was in school, I was always a very shy kid, the shy one, the nerd type who was afraid of taking steps. And I was always fascinated by English and this particular language. But when I came to college, I realized that I don't have that confidence to speak in front of anyone. Like, even if I would speak in front of my friends, I would start shaking. My entire body can be seen, like the entire body shakes. And I thought that I should overcome this problem, because I love conversations, I love meeting new people. But if I will always be afraid of speaking, how would I achieve that dream? And that led to me joining the Toastmasters Club. Well, other than that, why I'm here in today's meeting is, as I said earlier, I enjoy meeting new people and getting involved in new conversation. So joining in different clubs allows me to, know more people, understand other people's perspective and their view toward this world. That's all.
Interesting. Thank you so much. We wish you good luck, Zishan, for your the speaking journey. The nerdy, nervous kid is no more seen in this particular stage, and with respect to your voice, not at all. So, if that was the reason, you nailed it, and you are here for the right cause. Again, wish you good luck for all your future speeches and the other endeavors outside Toastmasters as well. Well, we are in the month of June. Almost 6 months are over. This is the end of the program year of Toastmasters as well. So I am curious to know that once we will be there in the second half of the year, do you have any new goal in life, or are you still chasing any particular goal which you started, with the New Year resolution? So I will start with our general evaluator, Toastmaster Priya. Any new goal, or you are still pursuing any particular goal which you wish to complete by this particular year? It can be personal, professional, or whatever you feel like sharing. Yes, Toastmaster Priya.
There is this line from the poet Robert Frost's poem, which is very close to my heart. So that always keeps me going, and that is, and I have miles to go before I sleep. So the goals that I have currently started pertaining to Toastmasters is completing my first pathway, which I definitely want to ensure that I completed in the second half of this year, so that it makes me feel more energized and encouraged to start pursuing another pathway. And apart from that, again, my journey as a poet and creative writer, that is something which I would love to continue. I have started also my journey as a Hindi poet this year. So would like to keep exploring more of Hindi poetry as well. So this is what I would like to share here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much again, Toastmaster Priya. We all wish you good luck for your new goal, and also, as well as the goal which you are chasing at present. And beautiful. I'm quite fascinated towards Hindi poetry, though I don't read much the Hindi poetry part. But yeah, whenever I feel like uh, running through few, I type in. I Google it, or I put it on YouTube and try to listen to a lot. But yeah, I'll separately connect with you to discuss more about it. Okay, may I hear from Jayesh? Jayesh, any new goal for the next 6 months, or you are still chasing any particular goal which you started this particular year? You need to, yeah, go ahead.
I joined Toastmasters, I believe, in the month of February, and I have at least 8 months to go before 8 to 9 months. I have to check in with the Toastmaster Sankhya about when my duration ends. But as per the goal, I do have goals, perpetual goals to be consistent with my habits, have a good discipline regarding my workout routines, eating healthy, and taking care of my dog. And from the Toastmasters standpoint, I want to be punctual, and I want to be persistent with these meetings. I want to carry on with these meetings, and I have been in the past. I was busy with my there was some. I'm actually pursuing law also, so I was busy with doing with the papers, and yeah, that is something that is I'm doing side by side to grow myself. And one personal goal that I want to achieve this year is to travel alone with my dog, just me and my dog on the mountains. And that's my goal. I'm trying to figure out places where dog-friendly places. I'm just like kind of searching for those places where I can just go take my dog and be at peace, stay there for a weekend or so, and then just come back. So that is my goal I'm trying to achieve, right? And from a personal standpoint, and of course the professional front is get more work, be disciplined, and have that regimen in place where you are constantly building good habits to achieve your goals. Thank you.
Beautiful. Again, all the best, Jayesh, for chasing everything which you decided to share with us. And thank you so much for trusting us and sharing a lot of things with us, that you have so many things in your bucket. and happy and glad to see. Well, two things which I really am excited and curious. I got excited and curious when you shared. One is pursuing a new, shall I say, credential or a degree at any particular age and stage of life. I love that particular factor because I do the same. I'm experimenting a lot, and people are like, "और कितना पढ़ोगे?" But I like, yeah, there is no particular age to learn something new and chase a new dream. So I connect with you. And second, you got me when you said dog. I'm a pet parent, and sometimes I feel I adopted a mini animal version of myself, and it's too difficult to handle. And whenever I crib about her to my mother is like, she's exactly like you. Now you will get to know how difficult it was to raise you. So yeah, and here it's quite comfortable and easy to move around with your dog. I'm here in the US, so it's quite easy to get dog friendly places, be it food place or stay place. But I don't know the arrangement in particular, the city where you are planning to travel. But if you get to know, then I'll definitely in future I'll connect with you and take all those itineraries so that I can travel with my pet too. But yeah, beautiful. Good luck, and we all wish best for you, Jayesh, for your goals and the whatever recipe you have decided to cook in this particular year and years ahead. Awesome. We have Mamta, Toastmaster Mamta. How about you? You are planning for any new goal for the remaining 6 months, or you are still chasing a goal which you started?
When I see my daughters, they go for swimming. I also think I should also learn the new skill and develop it in myself also. So I'm trying to learn swimming, and I want to conquer my fear of deep waters. So it would be amazing if I could learn this skill in myself, and I want to become more confident.
Awesome. Interesting, interesting. We wish you good luck again, Mamta. And this is one thing which is still pending in my life. I also want to learn swimming badly, desperately, but I'm too lazy to even plan for it. But whenever I listen or I come across people discussing about it, my entire day is I investigate all the nearby coaching places, and I literally spend my entire day searching everything possible, price, schedule, the person whom I can reach, and I plan everything. And after a day I was like, okay, fine, I can park it aside, I'll think some other day. But this is something is still pending in my life, and again you forced me to spend my Sunday on searching for swimming classes nearby. But definitely happy for you that this is how even your family member, they do galvanize you, they inspire you to pick up a new skill. Sometimes skills are something which we want to pursue, and sometimes when we see that this is how the skill is helping the other person, we really get motivated to try for it. The important part is trying, taking that first step. And after you decided to take that first step, it is important to show up, just like a Toastmasters meet. Everybody someday will decide that, okay, we will join a Toastmasters fraternity, we will be a part of it. We pay the membership fee, but end of the day, it turns out to be a gym membership fee. Most of the time, which I have seen, that we do pay, we have commitments, we know our responsibility, we are all grown-ups, but we fail to show up. But there are few who decides to show up every time whenever it suits their calendar, it fits their particular time in the gym. They show up. They don't only show up just to be a sake of that particular meeting, but they show up with a content. They show up with an intention that I will learn something from here. And learning is incomplete if we don't implement the same after the learning process is done. So that's how we acquire the skill of communication, public speaking, leadership, networking overall. So I'll circle back to Zishan because we started with your introduction, but we all would love to know, where are you with your 6 months goal? Any new goal in place, or you are still chasing a particular goal this particular year, Zishan?
Well, it was Master of the Day. Being a student, I feel like there's a lot on my head. Like the past, present, and future all happening at once. there are so many things that I want to do, and there are so many things that I feel like I just cannot do, although I want to. Like, I love learning calisthenics, but I just cannot get enough time to do it. Like, I have my college, then I have my semesters, then I have internship, and then again I have my classes. So, few things that I think I'm working on is number one, learning to start learning calisthenics. The second is preparing for my further studies, because when I was in 12th, I wanted to go abroad for my studies, but my father said first do BTech here and then you can go for masters. So now it's my last year, like my fourth year has started. So of course I have to start preparing where I want to go and what all things I want to do, because it's a very lengthy process. There are a lot of paperwork. So these are a couple of things that are on high priority. Other than that, I love doing creative works. So all the time I want to do crochet, but I don't have enough time. I have lots of books that I want to read. They are on my shelf, but I don't have the time to read them. So these are some other mini goals that I want to achieve other than those two major goals, the calisthenics one and the preparation for going abroad. And I'm also learning Japanese on Duolingo because I love learning languages. So there's a lot on my plate, but I'm trying to achieve them one by one at a time. Yeah, that's all from my side.
Quite an enthusiastic individual with goals line up one after the other. And good luck. All the best, Zishan. And we all are we vouch for you after your speech that definitely if you will start from where you are at present, you can achieve all the goals which you have set in our life. Interestingly, that's the GPS in our learning path. That's we have the goal. We just need to plan and ultimately we reach success. Where success, it is not the destination, but success can also be a part of the process where you achieve the mini milestones in between. Again, that's an incredible way to. The meeting is giving me a lot of insights that this can also be a new skill which I can work upon. I never even tried my foot in learning a new language, even though I spent close to 10 years in a new state. I am a I did my master's and I opted for my first job in the beautiful city of Hyderabad. So I had my background to understand the Telugu language, though that's not my mother tongue. But I thought, okay, fine. I'm here in this particular new city. Let me forget about Japanese or Chinese, Zishan. I was trying to just learn Telugu language, but I never ever given 1% of my effort to learn it. But at present, where I am, I can totally understand the language, but I cannot speak. I cannot speak, but I can understand completely. Even that helps me to watch a lot of Tollywood movie. That's my talent. I cannot speak, but I can understand. That's where we are with respect to new goals, with respect to pursuing goals. But it is important to learn one particular thing that goals sometimes they can clutter our mind, they can clutter our life. Having goals is very important, but the moment you feel that it is creating a lot of claustrophobic nature in your life, it is important to let go a couple of things. It is important to unlearn few things. We don't talk about it. From the very since childhood, people ask us to set a goal, work towards it, add more credibility, add more credential. But nobody ever asks us that in this particular process, are you okay? Are you actually learning something? And it is okay to give up few things. Now giving up is not a sign of failure. Giving up is also a smart move, because that's not my priority. I'm just parking it aside. If needed, I will see if it aligns with my other goal, and then I can definitely work for it. Of course, it can be too late if you realize it, but there is no harm in learning and unlearning things in life in general. So beautiful. Okay, then. And we have a new guest in this particular meeting, and that's not guest, that's Toastmaster Kumar Tarachan. Let him connect on the audio meanwhile, and it's time for us to get started. Okay, he left. That was Toastmaster Kumar Tarachand, a very senior Toastmaster. If in case I'm assuming he's that particular person because that's how I recollect him from the name. But what are we waiting for? That was the warm-up session for the session of this particular meeting, which is the table topic segment. Now here the table topic segment will be led by the table topic master, and today the table topic master is Toastmaster Mamta. Well, I'll not provide any misinformation that when did she join Toastmasters, but I know her before she joined Toastmasters, and it is more than a year. I think last year, 2025 beginning is how we interacted each other with chat, and that's how the communication started. Well, I'm not the reason why she joined Toastmasters. There are many other reasons, but I'm glad that I got an opportunity to again know her, still knowing her and all of you in the process, and a true testament of your, the sincerity, dedication, and reflecting in every and each and every step of her Toastmasters journey. The one thing I envy the most, and I say it loud and clear, is the pace and rhythm with which she speaks. And you will see the reflection. I have to take 5 lives to even be her to reach there. You can understand from the pace which with I'm speaking. I want to reach there in whichever pace she is, in that aura, in that mindset. That Toastmaster Mamta for you, a mother of beautiful daughters, and that's what we got to know now. And somebody who is in the journey to become a profound speaker, a lifelong learner, Toastmaster Mamta. Thank you so much for taking up this particular role. I give the stage to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smriti, for the warm introduction. Hello, bright minds. Welcome to the most exciting segment of our meeting, Table Topics. This is where we think on our feet, organize our thoughts quickly, galvanize and express them confidently. You can think of it as a mini speech with an opening, a body, and a conclusion. This also provides a speaking opportunity for any member who is not on duty in the meeting agenda. Guests may also participate if they wish. During table topics, I will invite a member or a guest to attempt a table topic. Each speaker will get 1 to 2 minutes of time. Green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. You will get an additional 30 seconds grace time to wrap up your speech. I have prepared a series of interesting questions. I will invite participants to listen carefully, embrace the challenge, galvanize, and share their thoughts with us. Let's begin our table topic session. So first, who will take the challenge to come on the stage? Okay. Toastmaster Jesh Singh. Success without happiness. Success without happiness. Toastmaster Jesh Singh. You are on mute.
Sorry, my bad. Happens every time. Thank you, Toastmaster Mamta. Success without happiness. People usually think of these two words to work in tandem, to work in close collaboration. That if you are having success, you're getting success in life, then you will be happy. That is the assumption, right? So, what is our ultimate goal in life? Is to be successful or to be happy? Or does success eventually lead to happiness? The basic assumption that we all follow. But let us look at the wealthiest of the people that we think are successful. But are they happy? We don't know about that. There can be professional hiccups, there can be personal problems that they might be going through. They are successful in our minds. Of course, success is also gauged by the lens of others if that person is successful or not. He's getting more views, he's successful. But is he happy? Is something that we can't even think about. Success can be, of course, gauged by others, but is he happy or not cannot be judged by us. So, in conclusion, I would just like to say that while you may get success, you hope to achieve happiness that comes with the success. You want to celebrate that success with others and see that, yes, people love you, they celebrate with you. And that is only when true success will feel like when you involve others and share that happiness and love with everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jesh. I am agree with you. We really find happiness and success together, and we have to courage to find and develop both the things in ourselves. Now, for the second table topic, who want to come on? Jishan, you want to take the topic? Okay. So, Toastmaster Jishan, when silence speaks louder, Toastmaster Jishan.
Well, when silence speaks louder, I think there are few things or emotions that cannot be expressed by mere words. But sometimes silence is more powerful than words that we express. It has different meanings and emotions. The most common that comes to a human mind is about maybe showing anger or aggression or kind of sadness that you have felt that someone hurt you, and you want to tell that person that you're hurt, but you're not fighting for it by using words, but rather you are showing silence. But there is a very important, and I should say like crucial part of that, so showing emotion with silence. You should you're sure about the fact that the person cares about you, and he or she will understand your silence. Because if someone who don't care about you and you went silent, he will not care. He or she will not care. They will act like, oh, thank goodness, I am free from a headache. So when you show silence, you not only show sadness, but you also show that you are somewhere hopeful that that person will understand your silence, will understand your pain, and will comfort you. So it has two aspects. It has the sadness part also, but it also merged with hopefulness and the love and the care that you hold and expect from the person. So this is a very beautiful thing for someone to have in their life, whether it be a relationship with their siblings or with their parents or with their life partners. Thank you so much, David Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jishan. A lot of courage is required to be silent when we are angry, and we have to keep ourselves, we have to show our patience also, and that is more powerful at that time. I am agree with you. Now, Toastmaster Suraj, you want to take the next topic?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Okay. Toastmaster Suraj, the power of uncertainty, uncertainty, Toastmaster Suraj.
Well, unexpected. See, God's plan is always the best plan. If you believe in that, then definitely you will believe that there is always lots of power in uncertainty. Because as a human being, whenever we just chalk out our plans and all the things, we think that everything will happen the way we plan. But again, uh, similar things don't happen every time, and we you have to adapt new situations, new problems, right? You have to, in fact, resolve so many things, and I think it's a person who is really thinking that everything will go as planned. I think he is, I think, kind of delulu, like he's in delusion, and that's that must not be the case always. And as a person, I believe that we should be capable enough to adapt ourselves to any situation coming in future or anywhere, whether it's personal life, whether it's professional or anywhere. I think it brings happiness, unexpected happiness. It may bring unexpected problem. It may bring unexpected surprises, and I think that's the moment we our metal is tested. I would say, right, and that is the moment where you think uh, impromptu, and I think the toughness, the mental toughness is a term that's exactly tested when you face any uncertain things in your life. So I think the person who can behave very well in the situation where he's facing lots of uncertainties, right? So I think that person can rule the world, right? So that's what I believe. Thank you so much. Back to table topic master.
Thank you, Toshmaster Suraj. You demonstrated how uncertainty can be a source of growth. Thank you. Now, next, Priya Singh. Are you ready?
Sure.
Toastmaster Priya, leading without authority. Leading without authority, Toastmaster Priya.
Mom, don't be so authoritative all the time. I know you are a mother. You have to always guide me and tell me what is right or what is wrong. But can't you for once be a friend to me? This instance that my daughter said to me set my mind thinking. As a mother, I'm a leader. I have to lead my children, show them the path of how they need to move on in their life and become successful, imbibe in them values which are very important to become good human beings. But at the same time, I have to be strict at certain times. And that is when I cross the line from being just a compassionate mother to an authoritarian leader. I will become strict and I will keep making a check on what they are doing wrong and tell them to improve themselves. I did that once to my daughter, and she was very disturbed that every now and then her school has surprise tests. And I was very, very strict. Though she was so attentive in her class, I knew she would do well in her surprise test, but I would make it a routine to make her practice at home. And at that time, she lost her fuse and she said these words: Mom, can't you be a friend to me? Do you have to always be like this dictator, this authoritarian person who is telling me what to do, how to do? Let me find my own paths. And that is when I realized that I have to lead without authority, give every individual that space so that they can find a path on their own. We all need to be leaders, but not show an authority to make ourselves feel dictators. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya. We mothers have all the authority for leading because we care our children and we think better for them. Now, Toastmaster Smriti, are you ready?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Toastmaster Smriti, confidence is earned, not given. Confidence is earned, not given. Toastmaster Smriti.
Egg or chicken? Which came first? With the smile on each and everyone's face, I know that's the curiosity of every child, maybe till date. And I was that curious child when I was hardly 10 years old. But you don't know the extent of my curiosity. I decided to take one particular egg from the refrigerator of my neighbor and decided to hatch it by myself. Simple. You just need to sit on it, right? To hatch. That's the logic. No, don't imagine. I was not the person sitting on the same. But I was a smart kid. A 10-year-old, but a smart one. So I decided what exact atmosphere a hen can provide by sitting on that particular egg. Temperature, right? A warm temperature. So what I can do, a dark space and warm temperature are two requirements to get a hen from one particular egg. But my mere 10-year-old mind did not know that the temperature is not warmer inside the earth. It is quite colder if you start digging. It is warmer on the surface of earth and above. I was too naive to understand the same. So I decided to dig that particular space in my garden and decided to just completely, like a seed, planting a seed, I decided to put that particular egg there and decided to sit on that particular space for a good 1 hour. And my father came. That, what exactly are you doing, my beautiful young daughter? And dad, I am hatching an egg. Now, what? Now, I am hatching an egg today, and we will see when the chicken comes out, and that will help me understand. Now, what you want to understand that, yeah, that for if hen or chicken, what exactly, chicken or egg, what comes first? He was quite curious. He stood there and applauded, and then he asked me that, what exactly want to achieve here? Confidence. And he just said, yes, why not? Let's wait for another half an hour and see if the chicken comes out. That's the confidence which my father offered, because that is something which you develop and it cannot be borrowed from anybody. We need someone in our life who can stand there and say, you have it. But end of the day, confidence is within, it cannot be borrowed. Back to you, Toastmaster Mamta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smriti. You have a lot of courage and lot of confidence, and you have the courage to learn and do the experiments on the new things, and that is more important in our life. Thank you. And thank you to all the participants for our wonderful responses. Today, we heard different perspectives, creative ideas, personal experiences, and inspiring thoughts. Each speaker demonstrated courage by stepping out of their comfort zone and speaking without preparation. That is the true spirit of Toastmasters, not perfection, but participation and growth. I hope everyone enjoyed this session as much as I did. Now I hand over the control to our Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mamta. Can we please hear it for her? Though Toastmaster Manvi is not in this particular meeting, but she will watch the recording of the meeting. So I have to give our table topic master a topic so that I will justify my role as an acting presiding officer here. So Toastmaster Mamta, I'll offer you a topic here. Now your topic is okay. Toastmaster Mamta, slow progress is still a progress. Slow progress is still a progress, Toastmaster Mamta.
Yeah, slow progress is still the progress, and I have realized from my experiences when we learn something slowly, it kept in our mind, and it is fixed in our mind that so smoothly that we don't forget in our whole life. Take the example from our beginning. We started to do something like creative. I started from my handwriting. From the beginning, I tried to write in the cursive writing. When I used to see my classmates, they were writing that in that way that the words were all separate, and when they reached in the senior classes, their handwriting was the same. So if we start something from beginning and do practice again and again, we we become so much perfect that it cannot be changed after that in any way. So being slow but perfect is more important. And if you start something and you are slow, that is good, and you will perfect at one time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mamta. Indeed, because the important part is to just start. That's what we were discussing initially in this particular meeting. It is important to set the goal and to at least start somewhere. Let's give a huge round of applause to all the table topic speakers today. We spoke impromptu on spot, and how did we do? We showed up. We decided to speak on it, and that's important. That is galvanizing enough to come to another meeting. Okay, now while I was listening, and especially it was Mr. Mamta, I forgot. The moment the example you gave regarding the cursive writing, we all have our own stories. And when it was introduced to me when I was in class 2 or 3, I thought that why? My question was why? Why you want me to suddenly change my handwriting for a sake of what? It is not a part of my curriculum. I'm not going to gain anything. But for some co-curricular activity, suddenly teachers they introduced a new class where you will learn cursive writing. I still don't understand why, but anyways, I'll not complain or crib about it. So thank you so much for giving me a lot of nostalgic memory today to all the Toastmasters. Beautiful. That's the journey so far where we are discussing about our goals, our plans, and if we are going to succeed or not. And Toastmaster Suraj joined us now. I mean, just right at the table topic segment. So this question is for you, Toastmaster Suraj. We were discussing that almost 6 months are over of this particular year, and it is also the last month of Toastmasters program year. So, in your personal life, professional life, or Toastmasters life, any corner of your life, are you planning to set a new goal for the remaining 6 months, or are you still working on a goal which you started this particular year, or you have both? Would you like to share with us? Over to you.
Why not? Well, it's been a few years. I have a, I would say, ritual. If not ritual, then a habit, I would say, to sit with a diary and a pen a few, not a few weeks, but a few days before new year starts, right? So I just reflect upon all the goals which I had set last year. Then I just see that how many of the goals I have achieved, and then how many of the goals are still remaining, and just reading and seeing the data, I set the new goals for the next year. And now, of course, for this year too, I had set several goals. And now, since 6 months of this year has already passed, then I think I would say I will be focusing upon all the goals which I had set for myself, and I'll just continue that. Maybe I will try to increase the intensity because there have been several things where I have seen certain growth, except the number of speeches I deliver in the Toastmaster. Of course, that has been because I still remember it's been 2024. Uh, I set I set a goal that I have to just finish this particular pathway. 2025 is gone, half of the 2026 is gone, and I'm still not working upon that. So, well, I think that is what's stopping me. I have to look at that, and then definitely I have to work upon that. So that would be one goal which I think I'm sharing here. Another part is that I think everything is like going on well. Like there are several things like professional and like from professional end, there is the examination which I have to appear in. That's a promotion examination. Then I have to appear in some personal academic examination again. Then from adventure perspective, I do have the goal. I have earlier shared experiences of basic and intermediate rafting course. So I have already applied for the advanced and then guide. So I am expecting by the end of this year, I just go for that advance. The one goal which I had set last year to undergo the para jumping course, of course, that's for 1 month. But I think I can't see that goal. I can't see that goal will get fulfilled this year. But maybe I think that's in bucket list. Maybe a year or 2 year later, maybe that will be. But I think that that's my bucket list, so that I'll do for sure. I mean, in just 30 days, I think when you undergo that goal, you just go for 5 jumps, right? Right from the maybe the height of 10,000 feet, or maybe somewhere 7 to 8,000 feet. So I mean, there are several goals. I think everything is going well, and let's see. I think by the end of this year, I will. I expect the same question, and then you will see some more uh, curiosity on my faces while sharing that. Let's see.
Absolutely, why not? Well, Toastmaster Suraj, you missed the excitement and the fun, excited and the fun part that we all have 50, 60 goals, okay? We just need to, because after goal, the next step is plan. We all have goal in
Okay.
our mind on paper, but what we have to do, we have to plan that which one to start, which is hanging, which is something which need priority, and which is the one we can actually remove. That's the beautiful part of planning. So goal setting and planning is what we always need to wake up every day and map it. Every day is a new beginning to start to understand where am I in the path towards my goal. Am I planning it well? And which one needs to be focused more? And which is the one which I need to remove or park it aside? Maybe that will help us to clear the clutter in our mind. It will create new space for thoughts, creativity, and people as well. So, thank you so much, Toastmaster Suraj, for trusting us and sharing all your thoughts here. Well, that's how the Toastmaster meeting or life is all about. We are heading towards the program here, and here you see Toastmaster Suraj, the vice president education of this particular club, the man behind, the one who works for the entire 7 days so that we can have one beautiful meeting on Sunday. He's the one who is responsible for it. So that's a true testament of goal, which is conducting or executing the meeting, and the plan which we start with. So if you are curious again to come back to this particular meeting, you know whom to reach. Now it's time to get started with the evaluation part, because that's crucial, that's important, and that's what we all thrive on. Because if you know that what's working and what's not working, you will be in a better place to understand your stance. So, in order to conduct the same, may I request Toastmaster Priya to please take it forward. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. We begin with our evaluation segment. It's been a very, very galvanizing meeting, and it's really been a platform where we have galvanized each other in all the interactions. So without further ado, I would like to invite the evaluator of Toastmasters, Zishan, our speaker today. The evaluator of Toastmasters, Zishan, is Toastmaster Jayesh Singh. Toastmaster Jayesh Singh was born in UP and in Shahjahanpur, and then he did his schooling from Welham Boys School in Dehradun, followed by his graduation in BCom honors from the University of Delhi, and he began his career with the Boston Consulting Group. He then returned home to build ventures and commercial real estate, a sports facility, and higher education institution. While completing his executive MBA from IIM Indore and MCom from IGNOU, he has now joined the Toastmasters to build confidence in public speaking, inspire others, and use his voice to drive meaningful social change. Over to you, Toastmaster Jayesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya, General Evaluator, for this meeting. I need to cut down on that introduction. I have realized that. Anyway, congratulations, a big congratulations to Toastmasters Zishan for completing his project 1 of level 3. Kudos and a big round of applause to you. Zishan, you have a very lovely voice. Your vocals are very clear, very crisp, and your voice exudes confidence. For a student like you, I feel that you are very young and you have a lot of things to, lot of grounds to cover also. About your speech, you began with the question. You hooked the audience with the question, which is very nice and very common method of doing it, and you did it wonderfully. You talked about how life is unpredictable. Things can change in a snap of a moment. You need to be kind, be more assertive with your thoughts, be more compassionate. Negativity dominates our mind, and you need to be more kind and more compassionate. That was the basic crux of your speech, from what I understand. You used the word of the day. Kudos for that. In that meeting, shows the presence of mind. There was good content, definitely very good content. You use metaphors like bandages can't fix bullet holes, and you explain that metaphors, how it intertwined with the speech in general, which was very well done. There was a personal learning that you said you can't control life and things can change. Again, that same form of the speech pattern, that what matters is how we treat people. That was also another essence that came out of that speech context. And then again, the personal anecdote about how in this meeting we are all wearing different shoes and everybody is having different problems. So you just be compassionate. That was the basic essence of it, from what I understand. And it was very clear. Things that you can do to make it more better. I would say that Zishan, it was very difficult for me to gauge your eye contact, your audience awareness, your gestures, because the camera was off. Earlier, the camera was on before you began the speech, but your camera was off, and it really was not able to gauge what you. I don't know. I could not see it. Probably it was a lag error. I don't know. And your camera was off. While in table topics, I saw that your camera was on. And had your camera been on, then we could have had those expressions. You have great expressions also with your voice. Then we would have been more galvanized to be more compassionate, I would say. And since the objective was to be more persuasive, one another thing I would like to say is that your transitions were a bit abrupt, Zishan. You might want to work on that. For example, you said you joined Toastmasters Club for building confidence. I'm sorry, I'll go above time. You said that you joined Toastmasters for building confidence, and then you switched to that how we are all having different life experiences and how we need to be compassionate. So that was a bit abrupt to me. I could not understand the transition there. The conclusion was good. I would have loved if you use very nice emotions, kind of filled more emotions in the conclusion. Like treat the people with more kindness, like those expressions, those emphasis on the conclusion would have persuaded me to get in touch and call up my friend here. Zishan was talking about this, so I just need to call you up, man. So that could have been a better, just more persuasive end to your speech. All in all, it was very good content. But I just want you to work on the structuring and the transitions. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jayesh, for that encouraging and detailed evaluation of Toastmaster Zishan. Toastmaster Zishan, it was a wonderful, inspiring, engaging, galvanizing speech. Though you were not on the camera, we were with you right from the beginning to the end. And a majority, I would say, you carried off the entire speech with the power in your voice. So kudos to you for such a powerful delivery. And I'm sure the next time you come on camera and deliver your speech, you will be creating an even bigger impact to the audience. And another small recommendation I have for you is that please try to, while you did have a very inspiring content and you used excellent phrases, try to have a little more personal story wherein you show how when you did a kind act for some loved one or even a stranger, how that came back to you in your life, or how you realized that, at a later stage in life that you should have been kind to someone, but now it was too late. So what was your learning from there, and thereby giving us a takeaway which would be more, easily understood, rather than making it a slightly more generic kind of a speech. So try that next time. I'm sure it would give us a bigger, a more, we would get to know you better and learn a lot from you through your stories. Thank you very much. Toastmaster Jayesh, one very detailed evaluation, very encouraging way of congratulating the speaker by applauding the speaker, and you gave very good commendations, and the recommendations were also on point. Just one suggestion I would like you to consider to make your evaluations more impactful. An evaluation is also an evaluation speech. So it would always be advisable that there is a structure to follow, wherein we start off by saying what we love the most about the speaker's speech, the content or whatever, and then move on into the transition into the recommendations, where you did well by giving examples as well of the vocal, the language and the phrases that the speaker used, the personal takeaway you mentioned. In the recommendations also, you have tried to give some examples. But while doing this whole thing, what happened was you got carried away with the time. So the summary could not be completed in the best way possible. Next time, I would request you to please keep that in mind, the time frame also, and ensure that you give at least right, at least 30 seconds or 20 seconds for your summary, so that you are able to cover, because that is the takeaway for the speaker. He will remember the summary clearly. So wonderful evaluation. Kudos to both of you all for doing justice to your roles as speaker and evaluator. Now, I would request our timer for today, Toastmaster Smriti, to please come up and share the timer's report.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. The summary and the bottom line is with respect to our prepared speech and our table topic speeches, we made it within time, which was apt, which was required. So give yourself a huge round of applause. Here are the individual details. For our prepared speech, Zishan, we took 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Now, I just addressed the elephant in the room. Yes, Zishan, the moment the speech started, actually, the video was off. So we thought it's a planned, it's a part of your speech where you decided to, but we understood that was not your intent. So, yeah, we always have a next meeting and a next speech all put together. Then we had our table topic, back-to-back speakers in this particular room, where our first speaker, Toastmaster Jayesh, took 1 minute and 53 seconds. Zishan took 1 minute 59 seconds. Suraj took 2 minutes 17 seconds. Priya 2 minutes 5 seconds. I literally took 2 minutes, 29 seconds, and few microseconds. I was just there looking at the timer. And then we had Toastmaster Mamta with 1 minute and 51 seconds. Great job. With our evaluation speech, Jesh, we went ahead and we took 4 minutes and 3 seconds. So that's with respect to the particular time. One crucial suggestion from my end, which I also came across while delivering my table topic speech, that the word is what our general evaluator said, getting carried away, where we try to explain what we are actually saying, and that's where we screw up with that particular time frame. That is one thing which we need to mindfully understand. And second is when we try to use the unnecessary words like, well, let's get started, and that's not a part of our speech. And by saying that, well, thank you so much for the opportunity, that's not part of your speech. So when it is a prepared speech, something has to be a part of it so that the timer will time it. But that is not a suggestion for general conversation. In general, we of course start with a greeting, addressing the speaker, and we go ahead. So please remember, when it comes to something prepared, never disturb your time with unnecessary sentences or words. We can stick to what we came prepared with. Well, that's a timer report. I hope you made a note of your time. I will try to paste the same on chat. And here I'll give a quick update with respect to the word of the day. Toastmaster Suraj joined a bit late, so maybe he didn't get a chance to go through the chat, and I forgot to put a reminder. But except him, everybody, we made sure that we are using the word left, right, and center. So thank you so much for making sure that we understood the word, we are using it, and do not restrict it here. Take it outside as well, and try to make best use of the same. On that note, I give the stage back to Madam General Evaluator. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smriti, for that detailed report as a timer and also highlighting the usage of the word of the day. When it comes to the role of a grammarian, we don't have that role today, but I would definitely like to applaud and commend here that everybody, I saw a good usage of the English language and very well used phrases which were very, very commendable. So keep that good work up and let's keep improving our vocabulary as much as possible. Going back, I would just like to give you my quick report on the entire proceedings of the meeting. Well, the role of a general evaluator starts right from the beginning of the meeting. And today I'll humbly submit that I started the meeting without any clue. I was totally blank. Normally, we would know the role takers and everything, but kudos. I just love the way the meeting has been conducted. Each one of us, though it's a small number of people attending the meeting, I literally salute the meeting because everything went seamlessly, beautifully, and definitely our presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, had a major role to play in it. Kudos to you for carrying out the meeting so beautifully, so well. But each and every one did a marvelous job. So that's my summary. But individually, I'll just quickly run through. Toastmaster Jayesh, thank you for stepping in at the last minute and taking up the role of Sergeant at Arms and doing so much justice by bringing in a very energetic start to the meeting and crisply highlighting the guidelines of conducting the meeting. Toastmaster Smriti, the presiding officer, you were warm, encouraging, your demeanor was so welcoming, and you ensured that each one of us was in there, present, listening to you attentively as the Toastmaster of the day, guiding the meeting through facilitating, and you ensured that you explained the role of Toastmasters for the past 100+ years as a presiding officer. And then as a Toastmaster of the day, you went on to explain the segments, which was beautifully done. I definitely was wondering that you have not specified the theme for the meeting today, but that was the surprise angle that you brought back after introducing the general evaluator, wherein you said, let's talk about our goals. And that was such a beautiful interaction you had with each one of us. Brilliantly facilitated and a very wonderful theme indeed. Uh, Proceeding further to the table topic master, Toastmaster Mamta, a very well conducted table topic segment. Your pleasing demeanor was a big pleasure to hear how you conducted the whole meeting. You mentioned the topics, they were short and crisp and well understood by the speakers. A small suggestion would be that please mention it in the chat box so that it is there for ready reference. And if the speaker has not understood it, he can refer to it in the chat box. And you did give a very nice closure to each table topic speech also, and a closure to your segment in a beautiful way. So very well done. Moving further, I have shared my inputs about the speaker and the evaluator. I wanted to know from you, Toastmaster of the Day and Presiding Officer, whether I should give a brief evaluation of the speakers in the table topic segment, if you would desire. Okay, so if I would continue. In the table topic segment, we had Toastmaster Jayesh. His topic was success or happiness. Toastmaster Jayesh, you did very well. You had a good introduction and you moved in with your generic view about the topic, how it is important to be successful, but at the same time, happiness can come only when we celebrate that success with our near and dear ones or people whom we love. Small recommendation, try to bring in a personal story to elucidate your experience with regards to why you believe in it, so that it drives home the the takeaway for the audience. Again, table topics are mini speeches, so we have to ensure that that also has a body. Though they are impromptu, we have to follow that structure, keeping in mind the contest. The second table topic speaker was Toastmaster Zishan. When silence speaks louder. Toastmaster Zishan, you have a flair with words and you did bring in a lovely phrases in your table topic speech, like sometimes silence is more powerful than words. And you gave a lovely takeaway. But please try to, again, as I said, bring in a personal story and also try to follow a structure, an introduction, a body, and a conclusion to give a well-rounded speech and a takeaway to the audience. The power of uncertainty, Toastmaster Suraj. Your opening was very, very engaging, where you mentioned that God's plan is the best plan. And then you beautifully transitioned into how you feel that, one does work hard and one does put in a lot of effort, but sometimes uncertainty can come up and it can give an unexpected problem, unexpected surprise. But in the end, we discover how strong we are and we overcome it. I would have really, really loved, I'm sorry if I break the rules here, but I would have really loved if you could have given your experience as Vice President Education here to show the power of uncertainty. Why I'm saying this? Because I've seen it in so many meetings, Toastmaster Suraj, how you're really striving to ensure that every role is taken. And with the God's grace, you're able to manage to have role takers taking up multiple roles also and fulfill the meeting. But in the end, the meeting goes so smoothly. So that shows the power of uncertainty. That would have made your speech go to a wonderful level. So, so impactful. Moving ahead was my speech. I'm sorry, I can't evaluate that. Toastmaster Smriti can do that. Toastmaster Smriti, you are, pardon me for saying this, but I would love to say it. You are a queen of table topics. give you a topic and you churn out a story in such a beautiful way. You add the humor element. Today was another witness of a humorous table topic speech about your childhood and a beautiful takeaway that confidence is within, it cannot be borrowed. So, a wonderful treat to listen to. Toastmaster Mamta, slow progress is still a progress, a very good intro. You had a personal story in your body wherein you spoke about how you worked on your handwriting and you moved very slowly and ultimately you were able to perfect that, and that was the takeaway you gave us. So wonderful attempt on your table topic. Great great table topic speeches. Thank you very much. And back to you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priya. Can we please hear it for our general evaluator? And while we were speaking, she was trying to make note of all the important aspect and table topic as well. So thank you so much for stretching your role equally. Well, that's it for this particular meeting where we witnessed the prepared speech, the table topic speakers, the evaluation speech, and overall, in a nutshell, we understood where we need to work upon and where are the areas we're already nailing it. So, here, some tip from my side. People ask you to work on the areas to improve. People ask you to work on your weakness, but nobody asks you to sharpen your strength as well. So please understand things which are working in your favor. Never park them aside. Every day start with them that this is where I am nailing. So let me please keep on carrying ahead this particular aspect. If it is speech, then let me bring this back. Let me try to even polish it better because this is what is working for me. And definitely we definitely work on our keen area of interest. Okay, on that note, I took some time and here's the timers report for each one of you. Again, in case you want to visit, I just sent it on chat. And that was this Sunday evening meeting. Thank you again to each one of you, again gracing us for and taking up role on the go. Rightly said by Toastmaster Priya, at at 4 the meeting was a clean slate where we had the general evaluator and the table topic master. Zishan popped in with a different name and I was wondering where is the speaker at least, but kudos on showing up, and again this is the outcome, some learning which you received. That's what the assumption and the optimism which I have. We decide to show up, at least we decide to do justice to our role, even though again we started by discussing about patience, that how patiently people were waiting to just give the other person some room to identify things, to make sure things are calm. Nobody even for once decided to unmute and ask what's happening. I was just, that's the last thing which I was expecting in this particular meeting room when we started, that what's happening. But thank you again so much for showing up positively, again offering an encouraging environment to all the speakers, to all the learners in this particular meeting. With that intent, we wished to see you in our next meeting. And again, you know whom to reach. And thank you so much, Toastmaster Suraj, for working day in and day out to ensure that we are having a smooth meeting. Thank you to the visiting Toastmasters. It takes a lot to take a role, come patiently, try to understand the club's culture, supporting them, and then still waiting to make sure you are also a part of their success journey. And if the club is distinguished, is also a contribution of the visiting Toastmasters, be a speaker or a role taker. And thank you to the members. Members are the backbone of any Toastmasters club. It is because of their member, their dedication, their contribution in each meeting is the outcome which you see when the club is tagged as distinguished by end of the program year. So thank you again to each and everyone for being a part of this particular meeting. I wish you a great whatever weekend we have and a good learning process all put together. On that note, I officially end this particular meeting. And let me stop the recording.
One
Thank you.
last observation, we ended the meeting on time.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you so much. Thank you.